Good morning to everybody. Maybe you can already tell. I think I'm coming down with a cold. This is new as of like the past day or so. I've just been noticing. I'm thinking I probably have what Anne had recently. Like all of a sudden my throat felt just kind of weird, and I seemed just a little congested. Nothing really bad, but I was really tired. I kept like wanting to go up to bed at 8:30. Mike and I would be in the middle of watching a movie or something. I'm like, I think I really need to go to bed. I was just feeling really run down and exhausted. So I was, a real wet blanket in terms of movie watching for the past couple of nights. And I think I'm getting sick. Officially this morning I woke up and I didn't really feel all that great. But I don't think it's anything serious, hence the reason that I'm here. So I have a lot of things I want to get done. Kind of have to get done. I've got a deadline for an article this week, but I just have a schedule set for myself, and you kind of know me, right? I'm anal. So I like to meet my goals every day, and if I'm home, I won't get any work done. So it's just the way it is. So at any rate, our topic for today is Halloween and the upcoming month of All Souls. But as I always do, I wanted to start with kind of what's just going on with me right now this morning. And it does involve my coffee, which I have here, thankfully. But it was a little bit of a close call this morning. So my whole purpose with that, lead in with how I'm sick is just to say my voice probably doesn't sound totally normal and all that. So sorry about that. But at any rate, so this morning, I was feeling all wimpy because I don't feel good, and it's one of my mornings to take Anne to pre-K, and Mike and Henry were off real early because they had stuff. Henry's school starts very early. He starts by 20 to 8, and Mike has an 8 o'clock class on 3 mornings a week, and this was one of them. So they were off, and so I had little Anne, and it's pouring here, pouring rain. We have had the mildest autumn that I can remember in a while, but as is always the case here in Western New York, I live, by the Great Lakes, and so the weather, as you all know, is a little, unpredictable, or predictable, I guess you may say, in ways that are not pleasing. As soon as late October hits, it gets like dreary and gray and chilly usually, but like all the leaves are falling off the trees. We're past our foliage peak and it's just all wet. Everything is wet and gray, and all the leaves are wet and on the ground. And so it's just one of those times of year. It always happens right before Halloween. October seems glorious. Everything is beautiful. And then the last week of October comes and it starts raining. And the past 2 years in a row it's been raining on Halloween. It rains here a lot on Halloween. It's just, it's just the climate here. And it's cozy and we make the best of it, but that's definitely going on. This is November weather that begins in late October. And so that's what it's like this morning, pouring rain. And so Anne is like got her little raincoat on with this little polar bear design. It's got ears. I mean, she just could not have been any cuter. And she drags out her princess umbrella. And so we head out into the rain. And, I was so preoccupied with getting her stuff because she wanted her special raincoat and she had to change her shoes. And I'm getting all my things, and we're getting the umbrellas. And she moved my coffee cup. See, this is with the fragile state of aging brain cells, you can't change anything or else the chances of you remembering are much, much less. And so she moved my coffee cup because she was trying to be, oh, here, Mama, here's your coffee. I set it down. And then when I grabbed my bag and my lunch, I did not grab the coffee cup. And we were halfway to her school before I realized that. But her school is kind of out of the way. And so I have to come back towards our house in order to go to work. And so I just stopped back off and picked the cup up. It was raining so hard. I felt like I was in the car for an hour. I kind of was, really. I mean, I had, got out to take Anne up to the door, and then I got out at our house to pick up the coffee, but I was in the car a long time, and you're not usually in the car a long time around here. Everything is about 20 minutes away where I live. It's just the way that it's laid out. And so it was just a long commute. Everything was slow moving. There's a lot of water on the road. And the road that I drive to get to camp, I know you probably don't even care about any of this, but, it's just kind of what I do, in these videos. I get all anecdote-y. But the road, excuse me, that I take to get in is created very poorly. They really need to completely start anew because it's not banked. Whenever it rains, the far right lane is totally, you can't drive in it because so much water is pooled there. It's really dangerous because it gets so deep. And that's really a huge problem. And so it was slow going. Everything took a long time. And so I finally got in, and I did have my coffee, and but I'm just feeling run down. So I just thought today I would talk about Halloween's coming up on Saturday. We enjoy Halloween in our house. The kids always dress up, and Mike and I do trick-or-treating / handing out candy. He teases me because I grew up in Western New York, but about 25 minutes north of where we live right now. Not real far, but it's a different town. And where I grew up, we had trick-or-treating right after school. And so trick-or-treating started at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and was finished by 7 o'clock. That was the time everybody had to shut out their lights. And it wasn't until I was an adult, Mike was like, why? When we would talk about Halloween, he's like, really? Why didn't you do trick-or-treating at night? And I was like, at night? I never even thought about that. I didn't realize this is how freakish the situation, how different from the norm it was. At least that's my impression. I mean, every place else now, I hear about trick-or-treating. Where we live now, it's in the evening. It starts about 6:30 when it starts to get dark, and goes until 8 or 9 o'clock. So yeah, so we enjoy it. I take the kids out. Mike usually has a beer and hands out candy, and I'll take a coffee mug with me when I go. And I take the kids, and it's fun. Henry is going to be a zombie this year, and Anne is going to be Anna from Frozen. And this looks very cute because you put her hair. She's got brown hair as well. Although Anna, I guess, technically has red hair in the movie, but you put Anne's hair in braids, and she really does look a little bit like Anna. So it's very, very precious, and so we're going to be doing that. But also coming up, Sunday is the Feast of All Saints, and then Monday the Feast of All Souls. And November really is dedicated to the month of the Holy Souls in Purgatory. And so relatedly, I thought I would demo here one of my newest additions to the Rosary collection. This is a Dia de los Muertos rosary. So a Day of the Dead themed rosary. You can see it has an Our Lady of Guadalupe centerpiece. And for the Our Father beads, it has the skull that you'll see as part of the Dia de los Muertos art. In many cultures, that's the way that they the image that they use to celebrate that day in the month of November. And the beads are the real colorful colors that you always see, pinks and greens and blues, with the skulls. And I love it, and it really calls to mind the souls in purgatory when I pray it. And like I said, the whole month, we have the feasts right at the beginning of November. It's the Feast of All Saints, Feast of All Souls. But the whole month of November really is devoted to praying for the souls in purgatory. And so there's still plenty of time if you'd like your own. I just think that I really love it. It really makes me think about that and how someday I'm going to really hope somebody's praying for me as well. So I love. And so Allison made this, and I have a link to her shop on my chaplets tab, Rosaries by Allison on Etsy, and she has these in 2 different sizes listed. This is the small size, the 6mm beads, and she also has an 8mm size. And there's another centerpiece you can pick too. That's a color centerpiece in addition to this gold one. And she's got a couple of different hardware things. They're all made to order, so it does take her a little bit of time to make it, but you could easily have it in the beginning of November to be able to pray with it. So if you're interested, I just thought I'd mention that as an idea because I think that's really, really cool. So that's what I'm kind of working on right now. What's going on with you? How do you celebrate Halloween? Do you do anything special in November to remember the souls in purgatory and how we can pray for them? So write in and let me know, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.